and mobile and tablet applications, as well as the standard web client. With the 4.3 release over the last couple of months, we've updated both the standard web client, the tablet, the mobile, and the pre-planning solution. And also the administration site, which now has the ability to configure data capture and near service and reporting services. So with Location Publisher, you have the ability to configure once and share to many, either through mobile or tablets or web clients and dashboards. With the pre-planning release, the 4.3 release, just some background into it, the purpose of it was to assist in the consultation process between a planning authority and members of the public in terms of a proposed development. In practice, that planning authority would configure a spatial report that could then be generated by anybody who wishes to submit a pre-planning request. The report is then generated and then can be used, printed off and used as a basic reference to how the planning authority may advise on the proposed development. Some local authorities would store this record and actually access it online during the meeting. Some would advise the member public to actually print it off and bring them with them. It all depends on how you want to use it. So with the 4.3 release, we've added some new functionality to this application. So first off is the home page is now configurable to show or hide user details. So some local authorities do not want to record the citizen's name and address, because then that could lead to data protection issues. So they can turn that on or off if they want to record that. The home page is also configurable to handle the different types of address searches you could have at different parts of the country. So we now have town, town, street, building, etc. for urban and rural searches. Since Location Publisher 4.0 came out, we now support all the major web mapping services, including Ordnance Survey, Map Genie, and that is what now the pre-planning system works on. But it also supports Google Maps, Bing Maps, and OpenStreetMap. And finally, we now added the ability to embed the map within the spatial report. And again, that supports the printing, because then when the citizen prints off the report, they also got the map and the boundary of where they actually captured the pre-planning request in the report. So now I'm going to hand over to Kieran, who's going to give a demonstration of the pre-planning site and also of the administration of the site and how you can add and configure layers to the spatial report. Thanks, Kieran.
Thanks, Kieran. Okay, first off, I'm just going to go into the main site here and just show you how it works. Now you can see that this is just the front page. This is all configurable. You can change a banner, and you can also change this text and the icon over here. You can, as Kieran said, then you can also add in user details for the user to enter in their details. Here we have two searches. We've townland and town and street search. You can also add in the building search here, but for this one we just have a town and street search in. So you can select the street then, and it's predictive text, so no matter what you type there, you'll get the name of the streets there. For this particular demo, I'm just going to go to Townland, which is out near the airport, and just click continue there.
No, there was an airport in Sligo.
Oh, there you go now. And that brings you to the Sligo Airport area. Now, I'm just going to zoom into Strand Hill somewhere. I'll just capture a pre-planning application here.
So anyone who saw the old pre-planning application that we had, the version 3 version, would remember that kind of dynamic mapping you're doing there with Map Genie, with the maps refreshing, that wasn't available, and now it's that's really jazzy.
Yeah.
It's really easy to use. And of course that means the local authority doesn't have to actually store any mapping data, background mapping data on the server. They can just connect dynamically to the OSI Map Genie service.
That's right, and also all this text here is all configurable. It's very easy to configure. It's just a matter of changing the text file, and it pops up whatever text you want.
So they could have like the description, some help on how to use the system, who to contact information from the council or whatever they want to put there, pictures or whatever, logos or whatever, okay.
So I'm just going to save that polygon there. Click OK. And I'll click OK there, and I shall get my report back. And here in the report you can see that there's details of the office and contact details. All this here is configurable as well. Also in the report is a link to the report, which just basically links back to this report. And also we have a link to the map, which would link me to the previous screen, and it would show the captured polygon. Also in here we have the ability to show and hide the map. So if the user wants, they can print off the report with the map contained in it, or if not, they don't have to. And then down here you can see the report has returned all the spatial queries. So it tells me if it's in a certain area, DED or a townland, and it will also tell me the zones, planning zones, whatever details I want in there. I can configure that. Also in here there's planning applications in or around the area you have digitized. And here you can see that these are linked. We have the ability to link each separate planning application out to a different application. So if I click that, that will take me to the Location Publisher for Sligo, and it will zoom into that planning application. You could also have a link out to the ePlan or your iPlan directly from the report, so the report could link to this page.
Well, pretty much anything that you can hyperlink, and if you can pass an ID to it, you can link. So that could be document management, it could be iDocs, it could be governance sites. You know, like the Department of Environment may have published documents of why certain rules apply for development zone planning. So yeah, okay, very good.
In the general text here, you have the ability to add in links as well. So if you have a general link for planning zones or development zones or whatever, you could have a link to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's basically that. Next, I'm just going to show you how you can add in a feature or a spatial query into the report. Let's just log in here. Okay, and this is all done through the Location Publisher administration screens. So the section we want here is the reporting section. So I'll just go into reports. And I already have this report set up. So what I want to do here is just add in an extra feature into the planning or the pre-planning report. So just stay at the top here, and I want to add in the airport buffer zone. So I'll just add in that airport buffer zone. You can see it's being added in there. Now I have the ability to move it up and down the list, and that will dictate wherever it's going to be displayed in the report.
Yeah, again, that's something that we've added this time, because I think some of the customers who may have been on the old SPSS or the Compass system had that functionality, but we didn't. So that's something new that we now have, is the ability that you can select and order the layout in your report. Okay, that's good.
Okay, so I'm just going to load in that airport buffer zone feature. I've loaded that in, and here you can see I can select whatever spatial query I want to add in against it. So I've all distances here. Now these distances are configurable from within the app settings file, so you can add in 6 kilometers, 7 kilometers, 15 kilometers, whatever you want to add in there. And then you also have various spatial operators which you can choose. For this particular one, the airport zone, I'm going to select the buffer distance of 10 kilometers, and I'm also going to add in, you can add in whatever column you want from the table. So here I'm going to add in this column. Now I want to change the name of the column something appropriate, so I'm just going to put in airport, and I'll update that. I want to add that in. Now I also want to add in some general text in here, so just have some text here. Don't want to add in. Just copy and paste that in there. Okay, so that's it then. And I just saved that off. Okay, so I'll just go back in and I'll do another pre-planning application.
Where are you going to? Kill that Pope Rooney.
Kill that's the ground.
That's a good one. That's a good one for the sat navs anyway. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just into the Strand Hill area again and just do a data capture. And just save that then. Click OK. And here you can see my airport buffer zone has come up in the report.
Ah, very good.
So that's all these are all configurable. So whatever text you want, you can change the names to the category. So you can change the names here and you can display whatever column you want there.
So very easy then for local authorities as their planning laws change to quickly update the site and actually make changes. So if a new zone comes in or heritage area or whatever, they can add that rule to their planning report and don't have to get us involved. Okay, that's really good. I suppose the other piece as well is, okay, we're calling this a pre-planning system, but this functionality could be somebody drawing up a roadwork opening. It could be anything, and getting a spatial report back, because it's all generic. It doesn't have to actually be pre-planning. That could be used for anything really.
And it also has the ability to send emails then, so whenever there's an application recorded, the planner can get an email or the customer can get an email as well.
All right, okay, that's great. Okay, thanks, Kieran. All right, so now I'll just go back here and go back to our slide. So that's the pre-planning demonstration. I forgot to mention, but if you have any questions, you can use the panel at the side to actually submit any questions that you might have into the webinar, and then Manda will pick them up. And I think there's a couple coming through, but anybody else that hasn't submitted them can actually throw a few in now. But just to let you know some other dates coming up. We're running our Geospatial User Conference, our annual conference in Dublin on the 25th of September, and this year we're delighted to be actually having a coinciding event in Belfast on the 30th of September. So the Dublin event is going to be in the Ashling Hotel, and the Belfast event will be in the Mount Conference Centre in Belfast. We'll also be attending and sponsoring GIS Ireland, which is on the 16th of October in the Chartered Accountants building on Pearse Street, and Geodata Belfast, which is Stormont Hotel again. And we're going to have our next webinar, which is on GMedia 2014 and some of the nice new workflows, because Intergraph have actually added a lot of products that used to be add-ons now freely as part of the GMedia range. So you can do nice things like grid analysis and hotspotting, which used to be add-ons. So Amanda, have we any questions?
Yeah. What different types of spatial queries can you run in the report?
All right. So Kieran touched on that in the demo. You can pretty much use any spatial operator. So you've got the simple one, which is find within a distance of. But then you also have touch, inside, outside, overlap. What is that small, Kieran? Equals and contains as well. Okay. Any other questions on it?
Yes, another one. Is it a configuration option to be able to see other people's pre-planning reports or requests?
Yeah, so the way Sligo have it on the public side is that you don't see the existing applications that are coming in, but you could actually have that if you wanted to have the ability that people can see the applications, or you could have an internal site or a different client that the planners can actually see all the pre-planning applications coming in together. So that's just a configuration option in the admin tools to actually configure those layers. All right, no other questions, I think, that's to come in. All right, well, I'd like to thank you for coming on the webinar this morning. It was short and sharp, this one this month. It was just really to show you the pre-planning system. If you want any more information, please give me a shout or Amanda a call, and we'd be happy to run through a more detailed demonstration or come down and install it. And look forward to talking to you again on the 10th of July for the GMedia 2014 webinar. So I'll say thanks to the guys and hope you have a nice day in that nice sunny weather. All right, thank you. Bye.